Start her up. So, Chuck, you want to do your thing, or you waiting? You got a thing lined up there, or?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Do I, Joe? Would I
introduce
the show? Would I go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, squirrels? Welcome to one of many podcasts on planet God dang Earth, where we review anything and everything that's on Joey's stupid arbitrary list of comic book movies and related other things. This is Rundown Review, brought to you by the Comic Book Rundown. I'm the guy who did this introduction. I'm Chuck, and I'm joined once again by the CEO, Editor-in-Chief, Supreme Ruler, and Reptilian Overlord of the Comic Book Rundown. He says that he saw boobs, but I don't believe him because his girlfriend lives in Canada. And Ron's here. Is that what you want me to do? What am I? What am I? Just a little puppet?
Intro.
What am I? Your little puppet? Do your little intros?
Intro. Do the other intro.
I don't even remember what the other intro is.
Okay, cool.
Is that what you want?
I mean, we don't have to. We had gone like 10 seconds and you hadn't started. And I'm like,
I was gluing something. I didn't realize you pressed start.
I asked you, both of you already. You both said yes.
I don't remember saying yes. I remember nodding my head because I don't listen to you, actually. I just
that tracks.
Much like my actual job, I just and then not and then realized that I've just agreed to do more things that I didn't want to do to begin with.
That tracks. I do that a lot. Especially my girlfriend's mom. I just like, Like we were talking at dinner and she was talking about football and she got off track because for whatever reason. And then I was kind of listening and then she's like, oh, what was I talking about? And I'm like, scramble. Yeah, you this. Okay. Anyway.
It's going to be a long episode. I just realized I didn't bring a drink with me. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Hey, you got time, run and get a drink. Joey doesn't mind.
I mean, the YouTubers might.
The YouTubers will mind.
They want you to stay healthy, Chuck.
Actually, what they want to see you do is stand up and turn around so they can see your cake, and then you can go grab a drink and then come back.
I haven't done a lot of squats at the gym. Like I've worked in like squats into every workout I do, so nice. I am a juicy double, as they say nowadays.
Yeah, go get yourself a drink, Chuckles.
I'll be right back. Peace out.
All right.
All right, now that Chuck's gone.
Jesus. So, yes, we watched Weird Science from 1985. This is, and I'll say it again when Chuck comes back, but this was based off of a comic book of the same name, but the comic book itself is an anthology.
No, he's back. He's back.
Okay. So the comic book that this is based on is actually an anthology series, and this story was one story in one issue of the comic. So
which explains why it was so fucked up trying to make an hour-and-a-half long movie out of.
Yeah, why it was very like if this would make a good comic. I'm sure the premise of this would be a good short story in the comic.
I'll bet you there are tits in the comic.
Probably not, actually, because it was from like the 50s.
Then there were definitely boobs in it.
So was this like the first?
Actually, this was also before the rating system on comics, so there's a good chance it might be boobs.
Was this the first like issue then, or does like
no? It was just
the
one...
cyber lady never exist ever again. What's her name?
From Lisa.
No. Lisa.
Deb was one of the girls. No, as far as my understanding is, the Weird Science comic ran for I don't know a couple years back in the 50s, 60s. This was just one story in one issue of one of the comics. So I don't know if Lisa ever came back. I don't know if it was just a one-off story.
Yeah, she came back to teach gym class. Duh.
At the end of this movie, sure.
Technically, she does come back because they made an entire television series based off this.
That's true.
But was it the same? Movie. But was it the same character?
No, it's a totally different.
No, it was the same name, just different actors.
It was totally different actor. Although they did look the same.
I understand there was different actors because this is 85. The show was 94. But was it the same characters? Was it Wyatt
Yeah,
and Gary and Lisa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
And-
it was
and
supposed to be a
Shut-
continuation of the movie.
Oh.
They did a great job finding somebody to look like Bill Paxton, which right off the bat, I guess I have the Val Kilmer syndrome again. I could not make this look like Bill Paxton in my brain.
It was the hair. It was that
well, he just looked so young. Everything I've seen him
young
in,
and
looks
skinny. Yeah.
old as shit, and like he looked like a normal young person in this.
But the only way here's the thing. Bill Paxton is supposed to be like this, like badass military dude, right? And the only
Like
reason why
he
he
did
looks
military school.
yeah, the only reason why he looks tough is because these two little fucking dopey nothings are just like little bitches.
That's
Because
actually
both of them are like
true.
what, 5 foot tall,
Something like
and
In lifters, probably.
that.
also Robert Downey Jr.
Right?
Yeah, it took me a minute before.
That-
I don't
realized
think I've
it was
ever
him.
seen that dude without eyeliner though.
Yo, there is like, I wonder if there's like theory that Weird Science is like the precursor to Iron Man. Like, think
He was
about
like,
it.
damn, see what these little douchebags did with a
Yeah, but I
computer,
mean,
what
like,
can I do with it?
yeah, literally think about it. Like, he creates artificial intelligence. Like, he creates Vision, right? Or Ultron that turns into Vision. He's a
Both,
weapons
technically.
dealer, and there's like a nuke in this. I'm just saying, like, he's from a rich family.
Hey, it's canon because you said it on the show.
I think Weird Science is the prelude to Iron Man. I've yet
Okay.
to, until somebody prove me otherwise.
He
seems
once he ran away to the party,
unfazed
he
by
ran away.
like almost magical like aspects of this.
Everybody did though. Like the whole
that didn't make any
like
sense.
everybody in this movie was just like, oh, everything in this kitchen turned blue. My clothes turned blue. Okay.
So
there's a
nuke
missile
in the middle
going
of this
through the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know.
these post-apocalyptic
the
like
mutants or
road
whatever.
warriors show up.
I'm
and
pretty sure they were
nobody is
from Mad
phased.
Max.
Supposed to. Well, I recognize the one guy from The Hills Have Eyes, which was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's
But yeah.
He's an English
Michael something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael something. He's in the Hills
He's
Have
in
Eyes,
a
but
lot
in
of
like
stuff.
something
He's
else
in a lot of great movies. Yeah.
that he's like famous for.
I mean, The Hills Have
Like
Eyes.
another horror movie, but I just don't remember what it is.
Let's see. Hold on. Where can us find him?
All I can think of is
Michael
like that
Berryman.
iconic shot of just like his face as it like slowly zooms up on him, and that's supposed to be like the scary part. But I can't remember what it is. Is he in the Goonies?
No.
No.
No. I'll be
Devil's-
honest. I don't
Devil's
think I've
Reject,
ever
maybe?
seen the Goonies.
Yeah, he was in Devil's Rejects.
No, it's like an old movie. It's like the 80s.
Then it's probably Hills Have Eyes.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can we talk about how fucking creepy Gary is?
Which one?
Like,
was
there's a
Gary?
reason
Anthony
this-
Michael Hall. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason this dude is never getting chicks. It's because he's a fucking creep.
He is a quintessential 80s like character though. Like creepy. I don't understand the trope of in every 80s movie you go on one date and then you're magically in love with the person. And everybody's just okay with that.
I mean,
everybody
that-
accepts that that's
This
the thing.
is a John Hughes movie, so that just kind of tracks.
Yeah. Like, John Hughes is the master of 10-second love story.
Yeah.
Oh, I stared at her cooch in the library while we were at detention. Now I'm in love. That one actually tracks, okay. But
Also, speaking of staring at girls at things, did none of them just notice those two staring at them at the gym at the very beginning? Nobody at all just noticed them?
not until they yelled, "Hey, check us out," and got ankled.
I feel like
That's
there should have
true.
been somebody that noticed them, but
Maybe they were hiding out in the doorway, and like it's one of those. Yeah, you know how like they have the doorways that are in between the bleachers where you can't really see back there unless you're actually like looking right directly back there. Maybe
I
it was
would
one of
give
those
you that,
situations.
except for the fact that whenever they were in like the gym itself, looking at them, the girls were like running in front of the camera. So no. But also Wyatt's
Also,
the actor.
Gary's a bad friend.
100%, 100%. I was gonna say that the actor that played Wyatt, Elon Mitchell Smith. I feel like this was. I don't think this was his very first role, but it was definitely like in his early career because he was.
It
doing
was his third role.
I'll say he's doing a very terrible job acting.
Yeah, did he die like shortly after this? Because he's not in anything past like 1989.
No, he's been in like a couple episodes. Let's see here. He was in an episode of the Goldbergs, an episode of Axe Cop. That's 2015 and 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like he took time off between 91 and 2015.
Gotcha.
Apparently, he was also in Superboy. I don't know if he was the lead in Superboy, but
did anybody else notice how much Kelly LeBrock looks like Liv Tyler?
No, but I see it now. I do. Well, looking at it older, because she's like what 68 or 70 right now. It was still looking great, but like
you gotta look at her when she was like, you gotta look like like in the 80s, and it's like I checked to see if they were related because like there was that much of a resemblance, and I didn't find anything conclusive. But
this is like the only thing she's like known for too. She's hard to kill with.
Oh no! You get to see her almost fully nude in Lady in Red.
Woman in Red.
The Woman in Red in 1984, which was before.
Yeah, it's in Gene Wilder. Yeah, exactly. So why didn't we get to see her tits?
I don't like Gene Wilder.
Oh, really? I love Gene Wilder.
Don't care for him. I don't like Blazing Saddles. I don't like Young Frankenstein. I didn't get it. Maybe I was just too young.
Oh, so it's not that you don't like him, it's that you're dumb. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to accept that it's not for me. It's not for me. Let me see. Is there
See No Evil, Hear No Evil with oh crap, what's his name?
He died in 2016.
Richard Pryor.
Know that.
Thank you, Richard Pryor.
I hate him in Willy Wonka. He's so fucking creepy in Willy Wonka or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that one he was supposed to be creepy. That one's definitely a creepy factor, but I loved him in Blazing Saddles. Loved him in.
He wasn't as creepy as Johnny Depp.
It's a different creepy. Like Wilder was 80s creepy in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then Johnny Depp was just Johnny Depp creepy in Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory.
Every theater person / film like person I know made me hate the producers that I've never seen it.
I think I've seen that movie.
Yeah, I've never seen I've never seen Woman in Red. I know people who say that they like Stir Crazy. Couldn't care less. Now the Frisco Kid does have what's his nuts in it? Harrison Ford.
Frisco Kid was a good movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Is it funny?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Harrison Ford in a comedy.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, this fucking movie was stupid. Did you
You're not wrong on that part.
When I got up and walked away, did you actually talk about Weird Science comic book and like how it's?
He said the exact same thing that he said that you came back to.
Yeah, so you came back pretty quick.
So it's the same thing as like Tales of the Crypt, like that same like.
Yeah, that's
the comic
exactly what Joey said.
The comic
yeah.
It's an anthology series,
right?
That's
and
why,
like weird.
That's why
like there was weird fantasy, Weird Science, and Tales of the Crypt, and then Vault of Horror was like all produced by the same.
Vault of Horror was a good. I think the EC comics or EC something or other, Vault Comics maybe.
It doesn't say who published. Oh, EC, yeah.
Aha. Yeah, that. So yeah, that was definitely like 50s and 60s. They did great for the anthology stories back in the day, and then they.
I mean, paperback on Amazon, they're all reasonably priced under $15. I'm just saying, like,
that's not bad.
No, for like volume 1 is $14.49 on Amazon right now. Interesting.
Okay.
But so this is the one that they chose out of all of the possibilities.
I don't know what else is in the book, so I couldn't say. Like,
Yeah, I know, but like,
we've covered Tales from the Crypt, we've covered Vault of Horrors. Both of those were good. We actually enjoyed both of those movies.
and when did those come out?
60s.
Yeah, those
I'd have
movies
to
were
check
really good.
Because those were like
70s, I thought.
early. Tales
So
from the
my
Crypt, yeah, Tales from the Crypt was 72, which means Vault of Horrors was like 74, maybe.
okay, so did they look at like?
Oh, Crypt Show. We did Crypt Show as well.
My thought is like, okay, these things did really good, and they were interesting, and now we're like, so like this is like 8 years later.
But this
10
is
years
also
later.
John Hughes.
Sure, I mean, I get that. Like somebody had to write the
73.
script, and they were like, "Oh, this particular one story from Weird Science is good, and we're going to use it." But then they were also like, "Oh, look at all these like." I don't even. What's that genre? Like, what is the Breakfast Club genre? When did Breakfast Club come out?
It'd be Breakfast Club came out in 84, 83, because they
Drama, maybe?
used, yeah, it would be team drama. They used some of the sets from
85.
Breakfast Club in this.
Yeah, like this feels like it was like they were just trying to like mass produce. They were just trying to have another hit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Because you also have to remember 16 Candles came out around this time as well, which was
Right.
another teen drama hit. This one just wasn't. This one didn't hit. Like,
right. I mean, and like
there's a
Anthony
reason
Michael
I hadn't
Hall
watched this
was
in 2 decades.
Anthony Michael Hall was like the biggest actor at this point, like one of the biggest like teen actors ever. Am I wrong in that? Am I not remembering history correctly?
No, well, no, I think you're right, because he had this, he had 16 Candles, yeah, little small role in 16 Candles. He had, what was the other one? We literally just had Breakfast Club. I'm looking at his IMDb right now, trying to scroll to the 80s.
I don't know how I always end up on Yahoo, but they never fucking put them in order.
Oh yeah, because also National Lampoon's Vacation. So yeah, so he had that in 83, 16 Candles in 84, Breakfast Club in 85, Weird Science in 85. Johnny Be Good. I don't know. Oh, I didn't know he was in Edward Scissorhands.
Okay. Then why is it like, I mean, those
Isn't
are like
he the douchey boyfriend in Edward Scissorhands?
I think
Yes.
so. Must be. Also, fun fact, because he took this role in Weird Science in 85, that's why he didn't come back for European Vacation, National Lampoon's European Vacation, which then started the tradition of changing Russ and whoever the daughter's name was, for every vacation movie. Just fun little fact. And we're back.
hot take.
You can turn it off now.
Hot takes. I heard music happening and I wasn't sure where it was coming from, and I was afraid it was coming.
It wasn't in your head.
Hot take. All the National Lampoon Vacation movies are hot garbage. They don't hold up, and they're. I don't. You might take Chevy Chase out of it, right? Take Chevy Chase is a horrible person out of it. They're so fucking garbage. Stop watching them. Be better.
See, I can't even disagree with you on that, because they definitely do not hold up, and they are definitely really fucked up in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, even outside of like woke behavior, like it's still bad. They're not good. They weren't good when they came. They were only, much like other 80s, 70s, and 80s movies, they were only good because like at that time they were trying to kind of push the envelope and nobody had made those jokes yet. That's the only reason why they are like good. And then everybody just has nostalgia for it.
I watched Vacation all the way through for the first time in forever this past summer, just because it's been a long time. You got to see tits in that. That was kind of fun. But I know Christmas Vacation will be on here in actually now because I was also wrong about when we did Constantine, and that was not coming out around Christmas time. It came out just after Thanksgiving. I've already did a thing saying otherwise. So, but anyway, so Christmas Vacation is coming out right now. You'll be watching that probably. Emily, that's Emily's like favorite. I like
Emily's
Vegas
stupid.
Vacation. Ooh, I'm them fighting words. I like Vegas
Stand by it.
Vacation. Vegas Vacation is fucking stupid as hell, but for whatever reason, I like it. I don't know.
In
It's
Vegas
not like
Vacation,
great.
normally they make the incest pedo jokes about Cousin Eddie and his kids.
Probably. It's been a long time since I've seen Vegas Vacation.
And I also think Vegas Vacation is the only one where you don't get to see tits.
Oh, it's on Max off the list then. That's a wrong. That's wrong there.
Wait, do you see tits in Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
I think so. I know you do
You
in
get-
Vegas and Europe. Or not Vegas. You
One-
get to regular vacation in Europe, and I'm pretty sure there are in Christmas, but I'm not 100%.
I was thinking I
I
don't
haven't
ever
seen
watched it on like what was it? Freeform, so I definitely wasn't showing any boobs on TV.
TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
But we're not talking about vacation or any of the national.
Yeah, but
Lampoon's
like I
movies.
don't want to talk about this either. That's the issue. You know what I mean? Like just give me more shit to
Guys,
shit
but
on, man.
speaking of pedophiles, can we talk about how the 23-year-old Lisa is
25-year-old.
Oh,
She was
25-year-old.
25. I have it written down here. She was 25.
Gary's
Anthony
16
Michael Hall
and
was
Wyatt's
16 to
15.
17. Yeah. Like, it's not great. And, like, I know Gary and Lisa full on actually make out, and then. No, wait. Wyatt and Lisa full on make out, and Gary, like, does, like, side kisses or whatever, which was totally fucking. Like, that was creepy. That
was
has to be
weird and creepy. Yeah.
Yeah,
None
that
of-
definitely
like,
is not great.
But it doesn't. It's the it's the 80s, and B, it was an older woman and a younger boy, so it doesn't count. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
Like,
South Park told me that.
100%. That's you. Yeah, that at that point in time, that was accurate because I was just like, "Oh man, look how much man you are! You just bagged a chick that's 10 years older than you and an adult." Like,
100%.
Yeah.
100% how that worked. Yep.
Not great. Not great.
No.
Also,
Not cool.
having said that, I probably at 16 and 15 would have also banged Kelly LeBrock. So,
oh yeah,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure. I mean, yeah, duh. Like, no, don't. Let's not all act like we all didn't have like the one older teacher we wanted to bang when we were 15 or 16 and would have gotten in a lot of trouble for. Like,
actually,
wanna
no,
go
all my
first name,
teachers
last
were
name real
We
quick,
didn't
or-
have any at Norwell that I can think of off the top of my head. But
No.
oh,
No, we really didn't because Joey and I were in the that like whatever the anti-sweet spot is of
the late
we
90s,
got-
early 2000s.
Yeah, we got everybody at the retirement age or at the like finally made tenure age, whereas like my kids
We had
got all
no
these
new
hot
teachers.
new
Yeah. Well,
freaking
sure,
straight
but
out of college teachers.
they were
Our age,
class or they were in our grades. Yeah, exactly.
or class higher or lower than us or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, like they yeah.
I had a few hotties. There was a few hotties of mine. They were all like,
Yeah, but again, that
Round.
was because you were born in what, 1990?
1988.
How old are you? Oh, for some reason, I
wait.
always think you're 33.
No, I'm 35, but I've been thinking that I'm 34, and it's really messed with me because I realize I've lost an entire year of my life, and it wasn't until we literally had to get a calculator out to make absolutely sure I was correct that I was not 34. It has been a nightmare.
Well, in that case,
That's
you
fun.
must have been in the sweet spot for the New York teacher exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to J-Jits. She was a smoke show. Not my
so-
cup of tea personally, because she was a smoker, but everybody else thought she was like super hot.
So adding to the comic book element of this movie.
Oh, right, this movie.
Yeah, this movie. How the hell did them hooking up to the internet burn down the city sign, have a dog on the ceiling, and break a metal bat?
Oh, because it was actually the storm that did it.
Okay,
The
so how
storm was
how did they activate the storm? Like hooking up to the internet activated this weird
unexplainable
storm?
science.
Yeah.
It's
Comic
weird
book logic.
science.
It happens because, as we all know, the government in the 80s could control weather. It was a plot point in most G.I. Joe episodes. So,
You're not wrong.
yeah.
I mean, that tracks.
Yeah.
When they hacked I'm gonna assume was the government internet,
Yeah, that's
Something.
what I assumed it was also.
but
Yeah, but
also
how?
the internet wasn't public yet, right?
That's
Well,
because
they
he
had
was
the-
rich. It was public
Yeah.
to rich kids,
Was it?
Had to have been.
probably.
And he was definitely
I
rich
thought
because he
the
mentioned
internet
something
came
about
around in,
Maid
like-
not coming until Monday or something. Which adds
I
to that
could've
terrible
s-
friend thing because he just ruined that bathroom with all that shaving cream.
Yo, that
And
was
the
awful.
toothpaste and the fucking floss and
Yeah, like the
like
hell,
I said,
man.
he was a terrible friend. Well, he doesn't. He even admits that he's not Wyatt's friend towards the end of the movie because Lisa's like, or he says Wyatt's like, yeah, I don't have any friends, and Gary's like, yeah, he really doesn't have any friends.
That's
He didn't
a good
even
point.
say, well, what about me? Or, well, I'm your friend. Or, other than me, he doesn't have any friends. It was, yeah, he doesn't have any friends.
Yeah.
In the 1980s, commercial
Internet-
service providers began supporting public use of ARPANTE, allowing to evolve into the modern internet.
All right, there we go.
All right, so yeah, rich people.
So the popular blonde girl that they were trying to get with, Deb,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the chick from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Okay. Because I thought she looked really familiar, and I was like, I think that's what it was from, but I wasn't 100%.
There was also a thing in here. Where was it?
Susan Snyder. She was in something else that I was like, oh, and then her career died. She was in Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and she was born in Park Ridge, Illinois.
Not Shermer? No,
No,
dude,
said
we're in
Park.
Indiana.
I don't know why I always think you guys are in Illinois. But she also looks like who? Okay, so there's like this one specific shot on her IMDb that makes her look like somebody else. Hold on, let me try to figure out who that is.
You
Well,
go
while
ahead
we talk
and do
about that. There was 3 actors and actresses in this movie that, and it's just a fun little side, whatever.
She looks like Goldie Hawn.
Oh, nice. After this
bugging
movie,
me.
they all went to be in horror movies and got killed off in horror movies. One of
Okay.
them being the friend, Robert Downey Jr.'s friend in this. Whatever, I can't remember his name. He was in Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Max?
Was that his name?
Robert
know.
Rustler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to this, on the last day of filming, Robert Rustler auditioned for the role of Ron Grady in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and Robert Downey Jr. drove him to the audition.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's 2 more, and I can't remember. I saw them on here before. I just can't remember where the hell it's at. The other one was who was the other girl?
Hilly.
Not Deb. Hilly?
She was in Friday the 13th.
There you go, that one. And the third one may have been Deb in
Killer Clowns?
Killer Clowns, but I don't think that was right.
Yeah, she.
Oh, I'm not saying that she wasn't in there. I'm just saying I saw it on here and now I can't find it.
Yeah, she was
The,
Class from Outer Space.
The chick that played Hilly, though, she still looks pretty hot today. Like,
Yeah,
these are
she's also
recent.
Susan Snyder's also in Return of the Living Dead 2.
And Anthony Michael Hall is in Halloween Kills, which just came out a couple years back. That was the other one.
Garbage.
I
Killer Clowns from
like-
Outer Space played Debbie. Yeah, Debbie Stone.
I liked Halloween Kills better than Halloween Ends.
I mean, do you really want to get into this or no? Because like, I'll fucking like, nothing will get done tonight.
I mean, we've already talked about everything but the movie, so why?
Yeah, because it's not good. I don't know why it's not. I mean, I do know why it's good because it's 80s.
Michael Berryman was in Double Dragon. That was the last movie that we watched that we saw him in for this. He was one of the he was one of the bad guys for Double Dragon.
Right. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I forgot about that movie.
Same.
Because that movie wasn't great either.
It was better than this, maybe. Although we do get to see a pair of boobs in this, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about that. I know we were talking about it before we hit record. Ron and I we all watched this on Amazon. We all rented it.
So there were two different versions on Amazon, though, and I think one of them was actually free.
Chuck, did you rent this or did you watch it for free?
No, I rented it. Cost me $4.
Maybe you just were playing on your phone during that part of the movie or something?
No, it was in front of me.
There's a scene in the movie where everything gets sucked out of the one room and shot out of the
fireplace chimney. Yeah.
And it lands in the pool outside.
Uh-huh.
Well, during that scene, right after the piano gets sucked up and thrown onto the little pavilion in the yard.
Gazebo.
Uh-huh.
The gazebo, thank you. The piano player grabs a hold of the windowsill and it rips off her shirt, her dress, and then her panties and her bra. And you get to see her completely naked.
Actually, I think her panties were still on, just rips off her bra.
Were they?
Yeah. Either way.
And then it shows the clothes flying out the chimney, right?
Yeah, and then it shows her flying out the chimney.
It showed her grabbing onto the thing, and then it cut to the stuff flying out, and then you never see her leave the room.
Oh, weird. Wow. Yeah, you must have your child protection
I guess.
on. Tell your mom to quit messing with your TV.
But
You're
I
old enough to see movies.
Like, that's the weird thing. Is it's not. I wasn't under a kid account or anything like that, so I don't know why.
That's weird.
I know that when I was on there, one of them was rated PG-13 and one of them was rated 18+.
I didn't get. Okay.
I clicked the first one. I don't know, because one of them didn't give me an option, and one of them was $4.99 or $14 to buy. And I was like, "Who the fuck would buy this movie?"
Because the one I watched was $3.79.
Yeah, $3.79 is what I paid.
I don't know. Maybe that's what I paid. I don't remember. I paid money because you were like, "Oh, it's free on Stars. You just have to remember to cancel it."
Yeah.
And I know me. I'd rather just pay the $4 than forget to cancel Stars for 6 months.
Yeah, that's fair. So
okay.
When the guys are in the mall and they drop the slushy on them, and it comes out of a 5-gallon fucking bucket on top.
Yeah, that
of the
was
guys.
ridiculous. Yeah, I was just like,
and it was also ketchup flavored apparently.
Ugh. I'll pass on that one.
Because if you look at their faces and where it landed on their clothes, there was definitely ketchup mixed into a slushy mix.
Which you could just have a slushy. I know it'd been cold, but come on.
Yeah, I saw that part. I was just like, okay, I see what this movie is going to be. It's not going to be good. This is ridiculous.
There was.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't even say there was really a lot of good parts.
So the scene where leaving to Gary's parents,
And
I
we're
got
back.
one of those two things.
You got.
Well, we know you're not straight, so what's the?
That's true.
Anyway,
Real quick, if you're watching this on the YouTube, and of course head over to youtube.com/c/comic book rundown. I don't actually know what the URL is. Check the notes below. But just Google us. Go to Google, type us in, go from there to YouTube. Then you'll find us.
or just go to YouTube and type in comic book rundown. Like,
no, I don't want to. No, don't do that. Go to
That's
So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Google. You're going to type in Bing. Once you get to Bing, you're going to want to type in Yahoo. Once you get to Yahoo, you're going to type Google back in. Okay? And from there, you're going to go to YouTube. When you get to YouTube, you're going to type in Joseph Janero.
Then you're going to friend request him on Facebook.
Yeah, and
I'll ignore it.
And then you're going to go through his posts, and then you're going to find the link.
Only look for the posts that have his feet in them, and then love them, all of them.
Yes, heart reaction or care reaction.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
You guys having fun there?
Anyway, Ron's computer's real dumb, so he switched to his phone. That's why he looks different now. But may I say, better resolution than before.
Yes, actually,
Yes.
might have to. You know what? May have to change the microphone.
Maybe you think that's what it is? Maybe it's that microphone speaker.
It's possible.
I'll try it next time without that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've still got like the built-in one for the computer.
You can still use. We can talk shit about that off.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about this wonderful, wonderful weird science movie.
It's real bad.
Yeah. So Gary's parents' house.
Wow. Are the grandparents dead? The grandparents are dead, right?
The grandparents are not dead. They are cryogenically frozen. Oh.
They were cryogenically frozen in the pantry.
Yeah.
Yeah. With creepy ass smiles on their face.
Yeah. The grandma was creepy anyways, but
true.
Let's just take it back. Okay. So they were just like, we're a bunch of fucking dorks. And we want to create the perfect woman.
Well, what they were trying to do is they're trying to create a lifelike simulation of a woman so they could practice flirting with it and talking to it and finding out what girls actually want.
And banging it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want it. And then they create a god.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, I don't know how either.
Okay. I'm just making sure I understand. So
it had something to do with the
imagination.
So they make a god. Like, this movie is like it was written by a 14-year-old.
100%.
Like a horny 14-year-old in the 80s. Like, that's
John Hughes, isn't it?
Starting to wonder because
he also made Home Alone, so that's not really. That wasn't very horny in the 90s.
You sure about that?
It's been a minute since I've seen the first Home Alone movie.
It's a little horny. Is that Bill Paxton in that too?
No.
Oh, okay. Because it looks like the same haircut. So,
I mean, it's 90s.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
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 Can we also talk about the fucking shitty ass cheeseball corn lines that Gary uses to win Debbie's heart? Oh, she's everything I want in a woman. Except if I could remake her, I'd make her just like you, the person that I've never even talked to before today.
Yeah, but this is just quintessential 80s romance.
Yeah, the whole reason that they made Lisa, like we said, was to build their confidence, which they had zero throughout the entire movie, especially when you had the party and they were up in the bathroom hiding the entire time. There's a party going on downstairs, and they still an hour into this movie, and they're like, we've got no confidence. They haven't even tried to do anything.
What? And then after they stand up to the mutant biker gang from wherever, they go back to being pussies again. Look how he treats Chet. As soon as Chet says anything to him, he fucking withers like a little bitch again.
That's fair.
It took turning Chet into a human pile of shit.
Yeah, Chet was that was a little messed up.
Yeah, it was like Jabba the Hutt's shit.
It was like a frog or something because he ate a fly at one point.
I don't honestly know what he was supposed to be.
Mutant frog. I don't know.
But then we get a sad car chase. Like the cops chasing him for like 10 seconds.
I did appreciate the line of he's zooming down the road and she's like, "How fast are you going?" About 35. Like I got a chuckle out of that. Knowing full well he's doing like 90. But like I did get a chuckle out of that scene. But yes, you are right. They go down the strip once. He does a quick U-turn and they wave bye to them, and the cops don't know what to do. Also, when the train stopped them, like they got past the train.
All two cars at the train?
Yeah, like, and they're like, "Oh gosh, darn it. They're right there. Just go through the
No, the arms were still down. They couldn't go through because the arms were still down, and that's illegal. And we all know that cops don't do anything illegal.
Yep.
Let's see. Do I have any other notes? Oh, what the fuck was with the computer security being like, what's that really shitty game where all you have to do is follow the commands that come up to the screen?
War Game. Five Nights at Freddy.
That actually is a pretty decent movie.
The old
watch
one.
it, Joey.
Not supposed to watch Five Nights at Freddy's? Why?
Until the break's over. It's one of the movies that you're supposed to not watch till the break's over. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. Listen,
my kids to see it. They enjoy it.
There's like a million movies you're not supposed to watch right now. Like pretty much anything that's produced by like at time of recording, because who knows, it could end any day.
Not according to the last couple updates. It's gonna be ending in January.
Yeah, if we're lucky, which just means reality television is going to make a huge comeback.
It's called unscripted television now,
but it's all scripted.
Yeah, I know, that's why it'll be unscripted.
It has to be. You can't have writers working on it anyway. Actually, things like HGTV are going to blow up because they have never had writers.
True.
Because like Food Network, HGTV, they're not affiliated with the Actors Guild.
SAG, yeah. Yeah, because they use real people.
Yeah.
Do they though?
Well,
I've yet to figure out.
Have you ever seen anybody that you know on any of those shows?
Yeah, I met Aaron McCargo one time. I worked with him. He was actually pretty nice.
Oh, cool.
Before or after he was on the show?
After.
Yeah, see, there you go. He didn't exist until before then.
No, he did because he was on Bar Rescue.
Is that another show?
No, that's a non-profit. Actually, I think he was on Next Food Network star, and then he had a show, and then he left the network to go do Bar Rescue, and then he came back, if I remember correctly.
Contracts, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, this stupid movie.
Okay, so Joey, what was the death or kill count?
0. Nobody died.
Nobody died?
Yeah.
I just like to point out a movie where they created a literal god who could in very easily murder endless amount of people, and there was a nuke involved. 0 people died. Batman, straight murderer the entire movie. For a guy who has a code versus killing, air quotes.
I know we're going to talk about it in special effects here in just a minute, but I actually did enjoy a lot of special effects in this movie. They were pretty good.
Yeah, Okay.
Okay.
So our
All right,
boob count. I gave this a 2.5. So you get to see. Hear me out. You get to see the piano player
Penis.
naked.
Certain people do. Certain people get to see that.
That's true.
Not Chuck.
I'll take it. I'll send you pictures, okay?
That's all.
But then you get to see all the the ones that are popping up on the screen and in the Playboys, which I don't actually count because they're yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
a
you count all
2.5.
that half. Gotcha. Okay. That's
Do
fair.
you count the 3D rendered boobies?
No,
Oh, okay.
because those are just lines on a computer.
Yeah, but for the time,
They're still lines on a computer.
It was early internet porn.
exactly.
Early internet porn. So what
They're
about
included
our,
in that half.
Okay. What about our bingo?
Did we not want to do the Spawn Cape Continuum?
Normally we do bingo and then Spawn Cape.
Yeah.
We don't usually have a boob count. That pops up from time to time. So
Okay. So we
or you
have
did the boob count too early. Then my boob count might came after Spawn.
Unexplainable Science,
Yeah, we did.
Comic Logic, Breaking the Fourth Wall,
Yeah.
Product
Yeah,
Placement.
there was like a few times where they look at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Product Placement, Sexual Innuendo, Talking Trope, like when he was at the bar and he was drunk and he was like,
That was annoying. I think I actually wrote down racist as shit at one point.
oh, 100% racist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does the really bad stereotypical I don't even know what he was trying to Colombian.
I
don't know.
No idea.
We had
some type of Hispanic drug lord is what he was trying to be. Yeah.
We had misogyny and nudity.
Okay.
Again, asterisk next to that one.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah.
We
Poor
saw
Chuck.
it. As long as Ron sees it, it counts.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That is a fair point.
All right, so Spawn Cape Continuum. Why did you not like the special effects?
I will be honest. For 80s, they weren't terrible. Like
it was very practical. Like the missile coming up through the.
Yeah, that was.
But that was practical
most
effect.
Of the stuff was practical. Most of the stuff was practical. The lightning. They had a lot of it by doing lens flary, super backlit stuff to kind of hide a lot of the stuff that they were doing.
Okay.
But I mean, I think even for an 80s movie, it still has the nostalgic. It holds up. You know what I mean? It's this is a quintessential 80s movie. It's nowhere near as good as it'll ever be, but it's pretty good, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna say 124 out of 347 Spawn Capes.
Okay.
That seems legit.
Yeah, that seems about right.
So that brings us to our score. Chuck,
That's
what
it.
you got? I mean, look, do you want to end this movie or you want to talk about other shit?
I don't know. All right. Is it a weird science movie? Don't know, never read the comics. But from the sounds of it, no. Like if it's an anthology series and it's based off, I find it that this was loosely based on one story.
I mean, honestly, it was probably based off the idea that these two kids made a cybernetic girl come to life.
Or maybe all the plot points in this movie were actually plot points in the part of the anthology of the issue that it was in. And that's why it seems so fucking weird.
Maybe. I don't know.
It also seems like if I have to guess, based off all of the other stories, this is the easiest one that you could translate into the thing that was really hot during that time.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they could go back and look at some of the other stories that are in this books and now make them into movies with the special effects we have now. Honestly, you could come back to this and remake it and maybe make it better, make it more believable.
No, because they wouldn't have any boobs in it now.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like the technology now could be used to actually make a Barbie doll into a real life Barbie doll.
Yeah, it's called Barbie.
Except for they would be 3D printed now, like resin casted made.
That's actually true.
With
it would take like 3 days
actual
because they want the
animatronics.
like 6 foot tall woman, Amazon woman.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it would definitely be like just like a goth muscle mommy this time.
You know what? Now I want that movie.
Kind of, yeah. Actually, legitimately though, it is kind of weird that like an Amazon or a Netflix hasn't like launched an anthology series based off of all these.
I mean, it's right for the picking. They really
We just brought it up. Okay, when does this issue or episode come out?
This episode will be coming out beginning of December 8th.
Okay, so December 8th this comes out. So we recorded this a month before, and because we have listening devices in our house, we are going to hear an announcement shortly after our issue episode comes out, talking about how Netflix is going to do just what we talked about.
It'll come out. They'll be announced beginning of the year of 2024 for a 2025 release after the Actors Guild comes to a deal. Yeah, I can see that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix just tries to AI the whole thing and get around it, but maybe.
I mean, they probably will.
Yeah. But but they'll probably do Tales of the Crypt, right? Like if they're gonna buy an IP, you gotta buy.
But see, Tales of the Crypt already has a show on Shudder. Like they already have a more recent came out in 2021, 2022. They were doing a series on Shudder.
Is it good?
Really?
I haven't watched this. I don't know.
Interesting. I always kind of forget that.
I mean, it had
I always
like 2 or
forget
3
Shudder's
seasons.
a thing.
Well, sure, because it's
until like Halloween,
horror.
until like October, and then it's like, oh right, this is like a thing, and like everybody buys it for a month, and then nobody watches it.
Yeah, it had like 2 or 3 seasons, so it must have done well enough.
Huh? Interesting.
Anyways, so Chuck,
I feel like anthology series just don't do well. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but like other than Black Mirror is the one exception.
Yeah, it depends on their approach.
Yeah.
Because there was one on, Black Mirror, obviously, but there was another one on Netflix that I thought did something. I don't know. I have to go check. There's been a few attempts over the years, and I feel like I know what was it? Star Wars Visions, is an anthology of sorts. It's animated, but that's on Disney Plus, and it's a different story for each episode.
Yeah, it's fine.
And like, there's a couple of good ones, and there's a couple of ones that just don't remember. So
yeah, they're not great. I'm gonna give this a 2.8.
2.8.
It was. Even though I don't have nostalgia for it, like I get why I could understand if somebody saw this when they were a kid, like a 14-year-old horny kid or a 15-year-old horny kid, why this would have been like a good movie, right? Lisa's a Smoke Show was like a quintessential, like perfect 80 idea of what an 80s woman needs to look like. You got, Bill Paxton in there being Bill Paxton, which was kind of like weird and goofy. You got Anthony Michael Hall, arguably the biggest actor at the time.
He was on the rise. This was the 4th movie in a series of movies that would, but the 3rd John Hughes movie. So
what is the guy who played Gary?
He didn't. We talked about earlier. He had a couple years. I think he may have been Superboy. I don't in the Superboy of.
He was in. I think he was in Superboy because they.
I don't know if he was Superboy. He was in Superboy, but I don't know if he was Superboy, like Clark Kent Superboy. Right. But then, he did nothing from 91 to 2015.
Holy wait, who was Art in the movie? Was that the other bully?
No, Art was the kid that she was sitting on the couch next to her. She's like, "All right, Arthur," and he said, "Oh, it's just Art."
Oh, that was Wallace Langham.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. Oh Christ, hold on. I remember how to do this. And then I go here. and then I go present, screen share. It's trying, share. That guy is that guy. He's an NCS. He's like a big deal. This guy, like that's the dude. That's just the dude. That's just the dude.
I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know who he is.
Oh, he's in CSI. Like that's
I don't watch those.
Oh,
yeah,
see,
same.
My mom's like obsessed with him. He's like he's either a detective or like a examiner or something. He's funny. He's kind of funny. He's kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say.
2.8.
What did I say? 2.8.
Yeah. Round, what you got?
All right, so we had 2.5 boob count in this movie. So it starts out at a 2.5, and I gave it a 3.
Okay.
Even having watched this, as a younger man, well, I was like 10 or 11, I think, when I watched this. It still doesn't hold enough nostalgia, and the fact that there's no real storyline, that the main characters don't have any kind of development. Like, the only saving grace in this movie is Lisa, and she's a child molester in it, so that's kind of a downside. So yeah, a 3.
Okay, I will say the only saving grace this movie had is it moved fast. Like, it's an hour and 49 minutes, and it flew by. Like,
I'll give you that. It definitely felt like it went quick.
But I think it also they just rush this plot so they get to the end without actually like setting any of it up. And I think that's what that's where it lost me. It's just like, oh, it's like one day they're dorks. Literally that night make a woman and they just know how to do it. And then they do this and then they do that. And like everything is just like, we have to get this under 2 hours. Let's go. It just is weird. Yeah. Also, it's just like, oh, we forgot the action figure. We forgot the Barbie doll.
Yeah, because then
that was stupid.
It just because it was sitting on a magazine with a rocket or missile.
Yeah, it made the missile.
Made a
Doesn't
missile.
make any sense.
Yeah, I was expecting a missile with boobs, with giant boobs.
The New York Times logo on the side of it.
Fuck, I don't know. I didn't
I was trying to figure that out. I couldn't actually figure it out or not. I thought that was like, because that would have been like a funny joke. It was like, oh, the New York Times missile, because it came from the New York Times.
Times
you're giving it
a lot more credit than it actually deserves.
Oh yeah, there's no way in hell anybody was smart enough. They turn the entire kitchen blue and don't actually explain it. So
yeah,
she turns him into she turns Bill Paxton into some type of turd mom without any actual explanation of why she did it, other than she just can because she's God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. We never do see the grandparents walk out of the cabinet or the
nope, still in there. So no, like Marvel end scene where they.
I'm pretty sure we should mark them as dead. Like I think they died. That'd be the kill count. 2 for the kill count.
So no. See what happens is a couple days later when the maid gets there, or the next day or whatever, when the maid gets there, she goes to get her cleaning supplies out, finds the dead bodies. The parents get arrested. This Wyatt goes on to become who is the little pretentious dude that had the other in Iron Man 2? He had the other company that was trying to build weapons.
Hammer.
There you go. And that's who he becomes.
Army Hammer, I believe is the
name. It's not Army Hammer.
Are you sure?
No, he's the one that he would have ate the grandparents.
Oh,
allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Justin Hammer.
Allegedly. Justin Hammer. There we go. Yeah.
I think it's Army Hammer. Anyway,
my score, I gave it a 3.2. This wasn't. It might have been a little more generous than it deserves. I don't know, but yeah. So we average out to 3 with our combined score, which puts it at number 64 on our list of this is our 75th movie. Puts it at number 64, just above Supergirl at 2.75, and ironically, just below Double Dragon at 3.03.
I called it.
Yeah. It's still actually below Buckaroo Banzai.
I would watch Buckaroo Banzai again over watching this.
I would actually watch Double Dragon again over watching this, if I'm being honest. I would maybe even watch Captain America from 1979 over this, but that's slower. So
I don't think I would.
I said maybe. But yeah,
this has the benefit of tits in it.
That's true. That's very true.
He's not wrong.
But that is that. So, Chuck, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok. Kicked out of the hood, no Ian kicked. That's I don't use they're just sitting there doing nothing. So there's I guess maybe I'll do something with them. It's so hard to make content. Content's
New Year's resolution, man. We'll start making, because I've actually same thing. I haven't really posted on the socials, especially for this, in a long time. So
all right. You know what? You're right. You're right. Follow me. Kicked out of the kitchen. No Ian kicked on TikTok. And for my New Year's resolution, I'm going to try to make at least one TikTok a week that's food related. Honestly, at time of recording, it is stupid that I am not jumping on the Keith Lee takes on Atlanta restaurant hospitality industry right now, and just putting my shitty 2 cents in about that like everybody else is. But
I don't even know what you're talking about. So
Keith Lee is a influencer on TikTok who does food reviews, but he's like legitimately honest. Like he gives honest reviews, but he does everything from like customer service to this and everything else. And he has other people go get the food for him. So it's like an honest review. So people aren't like trying to like pad their scores and everything like that. It's very interesting. And he went to a restaurant that apparently Atlanta has all these like weird unwritten rules that like nobody knows about, except for unless you live in Atlanta, about like, a lot of places don't do takeout. A lot of places don't take reservations. You can't call ahead. All these other things. And so he went to one place where they didn't want to serve him for whatever reason. Nobody really knows. It's not really totally clear, other than like they were cleaning or something, so they were shut down. So he did a review of like, hey, I was told to go here, but I wasn't able to do it, and we're moving on from it. Because that's what he does. Also, what he does is like, if he can't get to a place, this is why people told me to go here, but I wasn't able to do it, which I actually kind of appreciate, because that means he's also putting up bad reviews. He's putting up good reviews. He's putting up real things that he wasn't able to get to, and here's why.
Yeah, so that's really not bad. That doesn't sound like a bad review. It's just that I couldn't get to it this time. Maybe I'll come back.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So they responded to the people who owned the place, responded to the video pretending to be pretentious rich people, and being like, who's Keith Lee? Who cares? Who is this person? And the internet proceeded to destroy them, and almost like ran them out of business in a week. Like absolutely wrecked them.
So a gift for trying to be an idiot.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the dude has like 14 million followers on TikTok. Like, I get if you don't know who he is, but like you should be seeing these reviews and being like, oh, we fucked up. Like we need to do damage control. And here's the thing. If you want to be the villain and double down, then double down. But then they issued an apology video. Fuck you. Don't issue the apology video. Double down, be the villain, and like harder. Screw Keith Lee. We don't need him because our food's better than what Keith Lee thinks.
And then you make an order that's called the Keith Lee special, and it's nothing because you couldn't get anything.
Nothing. You make him wait 45 minutes and you don't sit him. Yep, 100%.
I love it.
Anyway,
Ron,
I should be making stuff.
Yeah, I mean, do that. That's great. I love it. Ron, where can they find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Good at This Game, and then you can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game.
Awesome. And you can find this show on Twitter at Comic Rundown, on Instagram at Comic Book Rundown, YouTube at Comic Book Rundown, Threads at Comic Book Rundown. email us, comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice or on YouTube. We will read them on an upcoming episode if we ever do any of those episodes anymore. Our song was done by Cam, and we have merch over on Redbubble and TeePublic. So our next movie to finish out the year of 2023 will be The Invincible Iron Man. It's the first animated Marvel movie when they try to do a bunch of animated stuff alongside DC. So it'll be interesting. I've seen that movie since it came out in.
I don't think I've ever seen it. So
this is not based off the cartoon from the 90s that they tried to launch. Okay.
No. So in 2000, was that 2007? I don't remember what year that is. In like the mid 2000s, both DC animated and Marvel animated started putting out direct to DVD movies, about 70 to 80 minutes long a piece, and they were just trying to, I don't know, make good movies. DC animated, those movies were stellar. From what I remember, the Marvel animated movies, some were good, some were bad. I remember there being a Wolverine verse where Wolverine fought Hulk and I think Weapon X. And I know it's ironic because it's the same thing. But those, I just remember Deadpool in that one being fucking hilarious. Because
Wolverine versus Hulk was like, and Deadpool pops up in it randomly.
I think so, but then there was another one where Wolverine versus something else, and it's a connected movie. We'll get to that in the future.
Because the animated movie or animated cartoon from the 90s of Iron Man, real bad.
Yes. I remember. I watched it. No,
the first episode of Tony Stark trying to learn how to swim again was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, this one is from the mid 2000s. We'll get an actual date. Actually, hold on.
But legitimately, go on Disney Plus and watch. Like, it's interesting to see. Like, they knocked it out of the park with X-Men, like 92, right? And then they had Spider-Man, which was like the successor, and kills it. And then they're just like, green light any IP that we can have at that point. So they did Iron Man, trash. They did Fantastic Four, trash. They tried
to do Fantastic Four a few different times, and they both were kind of like meh.
But that one specifically was real bad. They did the Hulk, bad, super bad, not good.
I don't remember the Hulk one.
Oh, it's not good. I don't even think it makes it a season. It's real bad. But that's where I learned. Is it Mastermind? Is his like main villain? It's like the brain version of Hulk. Or Master.
Oh,
Brain?
What's his name?
Maestro.
Because he's gonna be in a movie coming up.
They put him in the original Hulk movie.
Yes, but he's actually coming back in a movie coming up. I can't remember what movie.
I am so tapped. I decided I'm gonna wait till I have to watch them for this show.
It's gonna be a while,
and then I'll get.
That's what I've been doing.
Because like I can't.
Yeah, that's the reason I haven't watched The Flash yet.
That's the reason.
No, I just think it's
you're just standing in solidarity of survivors.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and end this. Thank you all for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.